"I'm proud of my team," Kelly said. "Did you see the news?" Before the news, subscribe to the channel to receive more news from the Tigers. This team is being built and we'll talk a little more about it. After a discouraging 3-game losing streak, many teams might have given up, accepting that the SEC title and a spot in the playoffs were far from their reality. But LSU is no ordinary team, and the Tigers, under the leadership of coach Brian Kelly, demonstrated resilience at a critical moment. Despite being eliminated from the race for major titles, the Baton Rouge team did not succumb. On the contrary, they turned things around, ending the regular season with convincing victories over Vanderbilt and Oklahoma, two teams that showed the Tigers' mettle and the promise of a brighter future. In the victory over the Sooners, Kelly was clear and firm in his words. For him, the victories weren't just about the results on the field. They were a reflection of the character of the team, which, despite the pressure and criticism, remained focused and determined. "I'm proud of my team," Kelly said, a statement that resonated with the strength of someone who understands the highs and lows of the sport but recognizes the importance of moving forward. The last 2 weeks, they heard the narratives that they weren't excited to play for anything, that the season was over, and they just went out and played inspired football. That statement, more than just a post-game comment, was a testament to Kelly's mindset and his deep understanding of the LSU program. He knows that in Baton Rouge, the expectation of excellence never diminishes, and that losing is not taken lightly. But the coach emphasized that even in the face of the adversity of 2024, there is unshakable confidence in the foundation that is being built. Kelly was quick to reinforce his long-term vision, saying with conviction, "We're getting receipts, and we'll see you at the national championship. This team is growing." Kelly's words aren't just a wish for the future. They represent a deep belief in what's being done inside LSU's training facility. Despite the ups and downs of a tough season, he sees a team that is maturing, learning from its mistakes, and preparing for great things ahead. The coach also made it clear that, for him, the goal is clear: to build a solid and lasting foundation. "We're happy with the foundation of this program, playing with young players who are only going to get better, and we're going to complement those players," Kelly said. The emphasis on youth on the team is a key part of his philosophy. He knows that LSU's future lies in players who, over time, will raise the level of their play. Experience, chemistry, and maturity will come naturally as these players gain more playing time and continue to develop. Kelly also addressed the issue of recruiting and the need to supplement the team's young core with experienced players. "We know that the LSU coach is looking for ways to further strengthen the roster, especially with the transfer portal looming. We're going to be aggressive in the transfer portal," Kelly said, confirming a strategy that was expected. The transfer market has become one of the main tools for teams to compete at a higher level, and LSU is not going to be left behind in that regard. The additions of experienced players will be crucial to provide balance and depth to the team, creating a mix of promising youth and veteran players who can bring stability and leadership to the locker room. In addition, Kelly was also optimistic about LSU's ability to retain its key players. In a scenario where turnover has been a constant concern for many teams, the Tigers coach sees a real chance to keep the backbone of the team intact, which only increases expectations for the coming years. Kelly's confidence in his team and the future of the program is clear, and he knows that with the right support and the right additions, LSU has all the ingredients to once again become one of the powerhouses in college football. What Kelly is truly building in Baton Rouge is not just a competitive team, but a program that will eventually be able to compete with any other in the country. With young talent, an aggressive recruiting strategy, and a solid foundation, LSU's future looks bright. And while the Tigers may not have achieved all of their goals in 2024, Kelly's vision for the continued growth and development of his team makes it clear that LSU is definitely on the right track. Can this team be a championship next year? I want to hear your thoughts. It's important to the Tigers.